Hello, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, and welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Business Casual. I'm your host, the RJB0. So, like many of you, I'm sure, I am very excited for this first day of Shadow Specters sneak peekery, and I'm really getting into Shadow Specters right now. And it's actually probably not for the reasons that you would expect. I'm not really excited for it because of this card, or excited for it because of this card, or even excited for it because of this card. It's these two cards that are really getting me pumped up for Shadow Specters. Now, I've been trying out Chaos Dragons for a couple of weeks in preparation for, of course, Dark Arm Dragon Month, since I'm planning on making the deck this month so I can play around with Dark Arm Dragon and have some fun there. And I discovered just the extreme usefulness or utility that you can get out of White Dragon Wyverburster and Black Dragon Collapserpent. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, they're both level 4 dragon monsters. Wyverburster is a light monster, Collapserpent is a dark monster, and they basically have opposite effects from each other, so you can extrapolate Collapserpent's effect from Wyverburster's, which is cannot be special summoned or set, or normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from your hand by banishing one dark monster from your graveyard, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can only special summon one white dragon Wyverburster once per turn this way. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Black Dragon Collapserpent from your deck to your hand. Now, the if is really important to this card. And the reason why is because this card, along with, of course, Collapserpent, opens up some crazy plays for synchrocentric decks, and of course Chaos Dragons, because what they do is essentially they replace Tengu for the deck. Because what Tengu did was it made your synchro summons free. When you summoned a monster, or when you summoned a synchro monster with a Tengu, you would of course get the special summon of the free Tengu from your deck. In this case, you have less fear of clogging, in my opinion, and you have more monsters to work with, which makes it better than Tengu. And it doesn't automatically have to special summon that card from your deck. You can add it to your hand and then choose when to special summon it, which can be even more advantageous. But you get into some really crazy things when you start talking about the various combos that you can use with these cards. So my current favorite combo that I've been using the most on things like Dueling Network is with Violon Prism, because if you combine Violon Prism with Collapserpent or Wyverburster, you get a level 8 synchro with 1,000 extra attack, essentially at the cost of 500 life points, because you summon the Violon Prism and you attach it to the synchro when you synchro summon it, and then you get the search off of the Wyverburster or Collapserpent, which makes the synchro summon free. And if it's something like a Scrap Dragon, you then get an extra piece of fodder off of the Violon Prism to take out one of your opponent's cards, which in my opinion is extremely good, but it isn't even getting down to the best applications for these two monsters. The things that people are really, or not those two monsters, these two monsters, the things that people are really getting excited for from the OCG right now are the new Lightsworn support. Lightsworns are getting some new cards, one of whom is Raiden, who is right here, who is going to make the deck faster, but I'll get to him in a second. One of the best things about these two cards is if you combine them with Eclipse Wyvern, it basically turns into a searchable JD, which can combine with cards like Dragon Ravine. So you set up the graveyard with an Eclipse Wyvern, which you can then banish for, where is he? For Collapserpent, and then add the JD that you banished with Wyvern to your hand. You've got a set up JD for Lightsworns. All you need to do is put the names in the grave, and you are ready to go. This also works, you can, if you mill into something like a Necrogardna or a Plague Spreader, or one of your dark monsters you're going to have in that deck, you can banish it for Wyverburster and get some plays. Now this really comes into play when you mix it with Raiden, because Raiden, as I discovered while thinking about this, is in fact a tuner, which means that what you can do is you can summon him, mill 2, which will set up your play with your White Dragon or Black Dragon, and then you have the possibility of milling a Wolf or milling an Eclipse Wyvern off of him, and if you do either of those things, you go at some major mad pluses with these two cards, because you can set them up first, and then you can banish the monsters in your graveyard to summon them. This guy becomes a tuner, or he is a tuner. You can synchro for 8 with them, get the free search, for your white dragon or black dragon, and if it was a, if you milled the Eclipse Wyvern, you've got JD set up. If you milled Wolf, you've got the level 8 Synchro and the 2100 attack point beater, and you just get some crazy things going. And this gets even better when you combine this with Angel of Zera, because if you Synchro for Angel of Zera with these two cards, or with these two cards, I keep doing that, you then can banish Angel of Zera for Black Dragon Collapserpent, and then do your Synchro plays or your Xyz plays or whatnot, and then get the Angel of Zera back next turn. These cards are also useful with the Monarchs, since you can basically summon the Monarchs for free, search these guys out, special summon them again, and do some pretty crazy things. So if you want to run Monarchs in some of these decks, these cards actually enable you to run Monarchs even more. So these cards are my favorite two cards that are coming out of Shadow Specters, just because there is such extreme utility out of the two of them, that I just want to play around with them all month. And I will be doing some deck profiles and duels with these cards just to try and figure out how many awesome things I can do with them. So I hope you guys are excited, as I am, for these two cards to come out, and of course the rest of Shadow Specters. If you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't, let me know why in the comment section below. Discuss with me, how good are these cards really? Are they actually total jank? You know, that's up to you guys. And then let me know how you guys would use these two monsters, if, of course, you would. And then, of course, hit that subscribe button for discussions, analysis, and general Yu-Gi-Oh! Shenanigans. Meanwhile, thank you guys for watching Yu-Gi-Oh! and Business Casual. I'm your host, the RJB0, and I gotta jet. See you guys.